President Rodrigo Duterte says it is impossible to stop hazing. Duterte says this in a press conference before leaving for an official trip to Moscow, Russia. This comes a year after he signed the anti-hazing law, which bans all forms of hazing.
Di mo talaga maalis yan? Di mo talaga matanggal yan? Unless you ban fraternity for all time. Make it a criminal offense by joining a fraternity, but that would raise so many constitutional issues.
Duterte claims he himself was a victim of hazing and was hospitalized for 3 days due to massive hematoma. The president makes the comment amid public outrage over the death of Philippine Military Academy cadet Darwin Dormitorio. The 20-year-old died due to injuries caused by hazing. The incident led to the resignation of PMA Superintendent Lieutenant General Ronnie Evangelista and PMA Commandant of Cadets Bartolome Vicente Bacaro. In the same event, President Duterte also says he will wait for the Senate to wrap up its probe on ninja cops and for Interior Secretary Eduardo Año to submit his own report before deciding whether or not to dismiss Philippine National Police Chief General Oscar Albayalde.
I can dismiss, discharge, terminate any and all of them. So hintayin ko yan. But we will be fair. If it comes to a serious thing as dismissing a top official here and there, it has to be for a good reason, and there must be enough proof.
The Ninja Cops issue was revived during the 2020 budget hearing of the PIDEA, in which its chief, General Aaron Aquino, told lawmakers of cops who recycle confiscated illegal drugs to make money. A fire breaks out before dawn Wednesday, October 2 at the Star City complex in Pasay City. The fire guts the theme park, Aliw Theater, and the offices of the Manila Broadcasting Company or MBC. Star City is a 35,000 square meter theme park inside the reclaimed area of the Cultural Center of the Philippines complex in Pasay City. Just across Star City and Aliw Theater is the famed CCP main theater. Damaged by the fire were 80% of the park and the facilities of the MBC. A statement by MBC says it expects the pioneering radio station DZRH to go back on air within 48 hours or less. Star City is a popular weekend and holiday destination in the metro since it opened in 1991. Jerry Lynn on Facebook asks, "So sad. It's our happy place every Christmas. Will they rebuild it or leave it?" Foreign Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin orders on Twitter the filing of a diplomatic protest against China Wednesday, October 2, over the presence of Chinese vessels near Ayungin Shoal and Pag-asa Island in the West Philippine Sea. He tweets, "Fire off another diplomatic protest, now." This comes after newly appointed Armed Forces Chief of Staff Noel Clement told senators of the presence of Chinese ships near Ayungin Shoal. The latest filing is at least the 5th diplomatic protest filed by the Philippines against China this year. Philippines-China relations saw a turnaround under the Duterte administration, which fostered friendlier ties with China by downplaying a decades-long sea dispute in exchange for loans and grants from Beijing. Hong Kong police shot a pro-democracy protester Tuesday, October 1, with a live bullet as the semi-autonomous city saw its worst unrest of the year, hours after China celebrated 70 years of Communist Party rule with a massive military parade. Police say the officer feared for his life when he fired the weapon, hitting an 18-year-old man. It was the first shooting in nearly 4 months of increasingly violent protests, with the police using water cannons and tear gas in previous protests. Medical authorities say 31 people were admitted to hospitals, while 2 are in critical condition. Hundreds of Hong Kongers staged a sit-in Wednesday, October 2, outside the school of the protester who was shot by police. Students chant slogans and hold up pictures of the incident taken from videos posted online. Hong Kong's protests were ignited by a now-scrapped plan to allow extraditions to mainland China, which morphed into a wider movement calling for democratic freedoms, police accountability, and an end to Beijing interference. United States President Donald Trump denounces the impeachment inquiry threatening his presidency as a coup Wednesday, October 2. "As I learn more and more each day, I am coming to the conclusion that what is taking place is not an impeachment, it is a coup." Trump's comments come after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo vowed to prevent or delay 5 State Department officials from testifying in the investigation probing accusations against Trump. Trump faces possibility of becoming the third president ever impeached by Congress, which could lead to his going on trial in the Senate. Democrats decided last week to seek an impeachment probe after a whistleblower complaint, supported by a White House call transcript, showed Trump pressuring Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky to supply him with politically useful information on Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden.